What's good, y'all? I'm CHIEFtheOG, and welcome back to the Rich Before 30 podcast. Today we'll begin Chapter 2, Action, in the book Rich Before 30 by Gavin Meredith. Today's topics are how to get going. Did you know that you may be a genius? And do what you love. Last week we talked about realizing what you can and can't control, holding yourself accountable, not half-assing in your life, and going for your dream now. How'd you do with those topics this weekend? Do you feel like you're taking more control over your life? Are you holding yourself more accountable? Have you stopped half-assing yourself and your situation? Have you started going for your dream now? We will now begin Chapter 2, Action, of the book Rich Before 30 by Gavin Meredith. Let's have a listen.
Chapter 2, Action. Action. Acting on your ideas and following through is the only way to see results. Empires aren't built on wishes. They are built on action. That thing you want to do, go do it. That place you want to travel to may have a discount. But here's the thing, even if they don't have a discount, buy it for yourself because you deserve it. You would buy someone else a gift to make them happy, right? So why won't you treat yourself? Not once in a while, but every day. I'm not saying splurge on frivolous and useless objects, but really think about what you need in your daily life to just be happy. Life conditioning from childhood. Training your thoughts, feelings, and reactions. I'm sure you're pretty well off and in a good position in life to be in the right mindset to get rich, let alone buy this book. Action. How to get going. December 31st, 2016. I dated and made my first entry into my notebook, which I told you I kept under my mattress. The evening of New Year's Eve, I sit in solace at home, knowing that in the year to come, my life will change for the better forever. Reading this now, I feel like in this moment, I knew that I was no longer okay with bullshitting myself. I don't know what I was planning to do to get myself out of this hole, but I knew that I had to do something to make real change. I continued to make small, thoughtful entries into my notebook. I figured that if I kept writing at least a couple ideas down per day or whenever I felt motivated or had that spark like, oh, that'll be great for my book, that my book would eventually complete itself. The weight of responsibility is weighing on me. I was in the beginning stages of changing my mindset. My father always taught me, if one man can do it, so can you. This stuck with me throughout life. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, jack of all trades, master of none. Now, I don't know who came up with this quote, but one thing I do know is that for years, a bunch of idiots have been believing in it. Anyone can open and run multiple businesses successfully. The key difference between the person who does and who doesn't is simply their belief. If you believe you can do it, you're right. If you believe you cannot, you're also right. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. This is another quote my father ingrained into my brain growing up. An example to support this statement is something I read recently about the entertainment industry. The article said that the entertainment industry is just that, for entertainment. You can have all the talent in the world, but if it's not entertaining, no one will give a damn. This is the same concept I applied when I played sports. This is also the same concept I apply in my everyday life. There is only one thing in life that I will never do. That is stop. I will never stop striving toward my goals. It doesn't matter if you think you deserve to be rich. You have to put forth the action to accomplish your dream. Nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. Did you know you might be a genius? The difference between the average person and a genius is the action that the genius puts forward toward making their dream a reality. Action is the difference. If you never take action on your ideas, there's no way to know if you're a genius or not. A lot of times we shoot down our own ideas, or the people around us shoot down our ideas before they can even take off. Your genius idea may not have come yet. You could try something 100 times, but 101 might be what you've been waiting on your whole life. If you do what you love, you'll never have to work a day in your life. This right here is the key to life.
How often do you think about what makes you happy? How often do you do things that make you happy? The best way to get going is to just get going. That thing you want to do, go do it. A lot of times we wait on a discount to go someplace that we want to go. But here's the thing. If you were getting a gift for a friend, you would get them something that would make them happy. But when it comes to ourselves, we don't treat ourselves. You should treat yourself every day. I'm not saying go splurge, but at least make sure that you're doing things and being around people who make you happy. Have you considered what you need in your daily life to just be happy? The best way to get started is to just get started. I mentioned that I began writing my book in 2016 with jotting down quotes in a notebook. This was a very lackadaisical approach. I figured that if I kept jotting down quotes, that over time, my book would write itself. I was completely wrong. It took hard work, it took dedication, it took me even reading some how to write a book books. But once I did my research and studies and finally got out of my head and got to work, then the book became what it is today. I was able to see my dream become reality right before my eyes. Action. Getting started now. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, jack of all trades, master of none. And I really despise this phrase. Many people misuse it and use it as an excuse. I found that the quote actually ends jack of all trade, master of none, but is more often better than a master of one. That's very true, but most people don't know the entire quote. But even for this jack of all trades and master of none, I'm sure they could be a master of many. They probably needed this book to find the belief in themselves. The difference between the person who does and the person who doesn't is simply their belief. The person who believes they can. And if you believe you can't, then you cannot. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. This is a quote I live by. In life, people have different attributes. In sports, there's always going to be someone faster, a little bit stronger, even taller. And in life, people are going to have different qualities than you. Your job is to be the best version of yourself you can be. There's only one you, so nobody can be a better version of you. Being an athlete growing up, my main position was running back. Now, if you don't know what a running back is, that's fine. Just imagine it's your position. So there's always many people going for your position. But whoever was in competition with me for my position, I knew there was one thing that they could never do, and that was outwork me. They could have all the talent in the world, but they couldn't work harder than me. I wouldn't let them. In my head, I knew hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. There's only one thing that I'll never do, and that's stop. I will never stop striving towards my goals. It doesn't matter if you think you deserve to be rich. You have to put forth the action to accomplish your dream. Did you know you might be a genius? The difference between an average person and a genius is the action the genius puts forward toward making their dream a reality. Action is the difference. If you never take action on your ideas, there's no way to know if you're a genius or not. Imagine if Albert Einstein never did his studies. Imagine if Thomas Edison never did his experiments. They wouldn't be known as the geniuses they are today. If they ever quit striving for their dreams, and if they ever quit trying to accomplish their goal, failure is all they would have gotten. And we'd never know them to be the geniuses that we know them to be. This brings to mind an illustration I've seen on the internet and in newspapers. The illustration is of two people digging for diamonds. As they dig, one person finds a diamond. The other person on the opposite end is digging away as well. What you can see in the image is that the person on the opposite end, who hasn't found a diamond yet, has a wall full of diamonds in front of him. But he sees that his partner has found a diamond first. So he turns around, stops digging where he is, and starts digging where his partner is, and doesn't find any diamonds. The moral of the story is to stay on your path, and you'll find your diamonds. If he had just kept digging in the direction he was going, all of his dreams would have come true. In the same manner, if Albert Einstein and Thomas Edison ever stopped chasing their dreams, they would have never found their diamonds. Don't let that be you. Go for it now. You could try something 100 times, but 101 might be what you've been looking for. Do what you love, and you'll never have to work a day in your life. Acting on your ideas and following through is the only way to see results. Empires aren't built on wishes. They are built on action. In closing, I'll say do what you love. For example, me with this podcast. I also record music and do many other things, all of which I love to do. so it never feels like work. When you do what you love, every day of your life, it won't feel like you're working. Action is the difference. Take action and make your dreams come true. If you haven't already, be sure to pick up a copy of my book, Rich Before 30 by Gavin, Chief Meredith, available on Amazon. I'm Chief the OG, and this is Rich Before 30 Podcast.